Hello, this is Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for February the 27th, Lesson 58 in A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students. Lesson 58, My Holiness, and it's a review of 5 lessons. My holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness blesses the world. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is my salvation. I am blessed as a son of God. Okay, and then our review for yesterday, still probably percolating in your mind, I hope. I'm not the victim of the world I see because I have invented the world I see. But there is another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. My mind is very holy. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Okay, so lesson today, we're going to be talking a lot about our holiness, which I like to think of holiness as it's sacred and it's one. We're whole. All right, so we'll get into that here in just a minute. Before I do so, I want to show you I've got, remember the seed tray I started and showed you here a few days ago? I want to show you how it's all kind of coming up. I've already taken a few plants out. This is this row right here, where I got this little bolt in here. It's a 1/4-inch bolt, because there's a hole that's a little bigger, 5/16 or whatnot, in the bottom of these trays that I can stick the bolt up through there and pop the seedling out. Very nice. This actually fits in a more elaborate machine, but I haven't ever seen the machine, but I got hold of this one tray. Works nice for getting starts going. I don't disturb the roots when I transplant them into something bigger a week later. As you can see, I've got quite a few that are ready to transplant. What all I have got coming up here? The Ford Hook Swiss chard, some tender green mustard, looks like some broccoli, some more Swiss chard, 2 different varieties, and so what we got? I got some tomatoes. Anyway, we've got a lot of things coming up, ready to put into the secondary pots, and I just kind of wanted to show you how I'm doing this. I'm liking this system; it works nice. And then, so here's one that I just planted this morning. This is that Siberian curly kale. Remember, I was telling you the 3 plants that I encourage people to grow are kale, Swiss chard. That gives you all lots of nutrients, lots and lots of nutrients for your body, and the cilantro. So anyway, I got 8 of these plugs pulled out and put into a little bigger pot. These will be able to stay in this all the way until I plant them in the ground here in another, month, whatever. Anyway, okay, let's go to our lesson 58. My holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness blesses the world. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is my salvation. I am blessed as a son of God. So these are the review ideas, 36 through 40, lessons 36 through 40. So let's take each one at a time, read the paragraph. My holiness envelops everything I see. From my holiness does the perception of the real world come. Having forgiven, I no longer see myself as guilty. I can accept the innocence that is the truth about me. Seen through understanding eyes, the holiness of the world is all I see, for I can picture only the thoughts I hold about myself. So when you forgive yourself, you'll forgive everyone. And we'll see through understanding eyes, and through that holiness, that wholeness, the perception of the real world comes. Next one, my holiness blesses the world. My holiness blesses the world. The perception of my holiness does not bless me alone. Everyone and everything I see in its light shares in the joy it brings to me. There is nothing that is apart from this joy, because there is nothing that does not share my holiness. As I recognize my holiness, so does the holiness of the world shine forth for everyone to see. Next one, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Talk about a statement of infinite possibilities and power. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is unlimited in its power to heal, because it is unlimited in its power to save. What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself? Illusions, another way of looking at illusions, is that they're all false ideas about myself. My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. In the presence of my holiness, which I share with God Himself, all idols vanish. My holiness is my salvation. My holiness is my salvation. Since my holiness saves me from all guilt, recognizing my holiness is recognizing my salvation. It is also recognizing the salvation of the world. Once I have accepted my holiness, nothing can make me afraid. And because I am unafraid, everyone must share in my understanding, which is the gift of God to me and to the world. Wow. Let's read that one again. My holiness is my salvation. Since my holiness saves me from all guilt, recognizing my holiness is recognizing my salvation. It is also recognizing the salvation of the world. Once I have accepted my holiness, nothing can make me afraid. Once you understand that you're everywhere. Remember what Moses said when God sent him to go talk to Pharaoh? He said, "Who am I going to say sent me? Tell him I am that. I am that I am." Anything that Moses looked at that considers itself an I am, which is everything, I am that I am. I am that I am. He was asserting his oneness. Well, this is what, once you do that, you don't have any more fear, because you see God in everyone and everything. And if God's there, well, then what is there to be afraid of, ever? All right? I have accepted my holiness. Nothing can make me afraid. And because I am unafraid, everyone must share in my understanding, which is the gift of God to me and to the world. There's a way of looking at people and things to where we tune in with their true identity. And once we've done that, we're unafraid. We can only bless. And that's what he's going to say here at the end. I am blessed as a son of God. Herein lies my claim to all good and only good. I am blessed as a son of God. All good things are mine because God intended them for me. I cannot suffer any loss or deprivation or pain because of who I am. My Father supports me, protects me, and directs me in all things. His care for me is infinite and is with me forever. I am eternally blessed as His son. I am eternally blessed as His son. And as you've noticed, I repeat these a lot. I read that lesson 39 twice, and I'll repeat the often. And the reason I do that is because I think the Master wrote this in such a way that it's crystal clear, but sometimes we don't give our attention enough, or we just don't give enough attention to the matter to really let it sink in. So I might say a few words about it like I'm doing now, but for the most part, it speaks for itself, and I just like to read it and feel really blessed that I've been able to uncover this manuscript for the last couple decades and been reading it, and feel really, really blessed that it's taught me so many things. And even today, I read it and I go, wow, I didn't see that before. And on a constant basis, it's just written on a level just above my day-to-day comprehension. And so I feel really blessed to have it. So even though I will say a few things here and there about it, for the most part, just let the words themselves speak to you because it's all there. All right. So one more time, and then we'll call it good, and we'll have you be seeing all the goodness that God is showering on you as a son of God, as a daughter of God, as a child of God, as an offspring of God. You are blessed. So again, we'll say, my holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness blesses the world. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is my salvation. I am blessed as a son of God. And you all look for those blessings, and we will see you tomorrow.